Well, I've never heard anyone call you David.
So rude.
I'll call you Mooch.
This feels so like, you know what it is? This feels like so intimate over Zoom that it feels like we're talking like friends, that we don't really, it's not like an interview.
Well, it's weird because I feel like I kind of know you guys, but I don't know you guys. But like we skipped the first name thing.
We went straight to fourth base, bro. We were
that's lit, no rules.
We're like, what's your name again?
We woke up next morning next to each other, not remembering the night before.
Yeah, exactly. So we're here now in this awkward position. But fucking, you did a show, Paris Fashion Week. Now, I believe what he made. All right, I'm trying to explain. This is gonna be hard.
Here, I'll explain it. Wait up.
Thank you.
Bro, watch this.
Since you're here,
bro, watch this, please.
Is it crazy, bro?
Okay, so basically, I've done mad stop motion videos in my life before, from music videos to just like promo. But so I made the dolls were all the models, and then I had them move, and they looked like they were walking, but it really looks like a fashion show.
Bro, and it's like a crowd.
No, it's amazing. And this is Jay-Z, obviously, but I had like Ronaldinho, I had Jackie Chan, I had Elon Musk, I had Stephen Hawking, which is amazing because he was in a wheelchair. No, we had. You guys should just go watch it whenever you have.
No, I've seen them, bro. I've seen it.
This is why I like people, that are at the top of. For example, so he is a master of his company.
Yeah.
I'll never meet the master of Dior or all of these companies, but being the master of your company means that you care about every single fine detail. And I think the advantage people like you have over other industries within Fashion Week is that you're going to oversee everything. This is such a big opportunity for you. You ain't trying to go in cold, whereas people that have been there for 10, 15, 20 years, they're like, oh, another Paris Fashion Week. Without watching it, I believe you won. I know you took this thing serious, and that's why I love.
I think, and that thought process is what I think for this PUMA collab too. It's like this was our first major PUMA collab, so we went so much harder. Like they show me everybody else's collabs, obviously before, and it looks like they didn't care too much because it was their third, fourth, 10th, blah blah blah. So for us, it was like because what you guys don't know is, but they give you 2 days. So you go in there and you have like a Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you're supposed to be done with your whole collection. And I was like, guys, we're not spending 10 minutes on a shoe. Like this is our first time getting a shoe. So we were like, look, we're going to go back and design for a month and then we'll send you everything. And so like we really went super hard for ours. Whereas, because they have their own collaboration unit of like 10 designers. So some brands just go there and be like, and the designers present them their stuff with like whatever their logo is. Let's say it's Dior or something. They'll be like, how do these look? And they'll be like, that's cool. And next. And obviously, because I spoke to all of them, some designers are more involved, some designers are less involved. But for us, we were like, we need as much as possible. And that's why I think our collaboration is one of the more special ones because we actually tried hard.
And that's so interesting, the fact that you did go over there and did you actually go to Germany and the place?
Yeah, we went to Germany and everything.
So you kind of saw like everything from when you first get the shoe to the end of the process.
Yeah.
So then that way you had all the education. How difficult is it to walk in a room in something that you've not done before previously in that discretion and just go, all right, cool, we've got to try and create this? Like, do you have a plan beforehand or is it just go in there like?
We were so prepared. We had like a 50-page deck and we were like, I was like, I need to, because like if you're a real soccer fan, you know that Puma's had like Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? It's like Pelé, Maradona, Cruyff, like all the greats of all time. So I was like, look, we have to use this. Can we use this? Da, 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 da. So we were like, they were shocked at how prepared we were. Wow. We were like, look, this is our one chance. We want to make it and what we were expecting was like a lot of no's, obviously, because everyone always says like when you're working with a corporate brand, it sucks. Da, da, da. I think people suck. And then the corporate also sucks. But for us, it was like, they want the best product too, you know what I mean? So obviously there's lines that you can't cross, but if you push it and present it in a way, like we got our own PUMA King cleat, right?
Yeah.
There's like 3 people in the world who have their own Puma cleat ever. And it's Maradona, Pele, and KidSuper. And I think McQueen also got his Puma King. But it's like, I think it was for us, no one had asked, you know what I mean? We were like, I was like, I need the Puma. They're like, sure, you don't want the new like Puma cleat? I was like, absolutely not. I need the King. And then I don't think any brand had asked. So once we asked, they were like, okay, sure.
So that was like your decision then. You were like, I want a Puma King.
Oh, we were like, this. I was like, we need all of this. Da, da, da. Yeah, I mean, the whole marketing campaign, everything was from us. So it was really cool that Puma was down. I keep telling everybody, they're like, yeah, if you want to collaborate with the brand that really allows you to do stuff, shout out fucking Puma. Because we were.
I would definitely second that because I had the luxury of doing a collaboration with them 2 years ago, and we made a boot as well. And
I saw.
Yeah, it was just sick because like no YouTubers made a boot type of thing. So then when we saw that process, and it was like you said, like we were sat there, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like I know how to create, but not within this realm. I create by accident. You can't put me in a 9-to-5 environment and say create. It's really weird to me. So that's why I was like asking you your creative process, and to think that you were so prepared.
We were so prepared. We were like, this is what the whole collection's gonna look like. This is what the shoes are gonna look like. Da, 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 da.
That's incredible.
I was gonna say, but then like your creative process in general, is it always prepared, or is there a method to the madness to you, or do you just go with whatever comes to you? Like, what's the creative process of KidSuper?
I think for us and like why we've been somewhat successful is like when we do get an opportunity, we go 10 times more and above than everybody else. The sleepless nights, the working, So it's like, I wouldn't say we're prepared, but I say when an opportunity comes, we give it our all. So it's like,
so you are prepared because you're prepared to go the full 100.
Right, like that's like the amount of people that have like tried to, like for each of these projects, I always bring in like, for the fashion show, you bring in animators, or for different projects we bring in different people, and like they'll be like, I've never worked with anyone that's worked as hard, and they say it all the time. And that's I think where we win is like we're willing to stay up for 24 hours to make the thing as good as possible, because we remember those times when we were staying up 24 hours for one people to see it, you know what I mean? So now it's like we have the whole world watching. Like, obviously we're going to go 10 times harder but we were always going hard. So I think, it's like, once you get these opportunities, it's like, you always have to keep that mentality that we always had, which was like, holy shit, we have our fucking global Puma collab. Holy shit, we got a Puma cleat. Holy shit, we're now have a cartoon.
I mean, I've seen the boot in training. Have they wore it on the pitch yet? I know Bellerin. Go on, get it. Show us the boot.
Mr. Super.
Oh, yes. Now talk us through the design. You have to.
All right, well, what's fire is we have the KidSuper in the form stripe, which is crazy, fits perfectly. Obviously, the Puma King logo. What's crazy is this dove is embroidered.
Ooh.
It's not a print.
Put an embroidered dove on the boot, my bro. I'm getting embroidered now. It's mad expensive. It looks so sick, though.
If you know what Colm means in Gaelic, it means dove. So that's just a little bit of, a little. Okay. Look at the print, the KidSuper print.
This is cold, bro.
This is attention to detail, man.
This is cold, bro.
Look at this. They've got the KidSuper FC soccer logo on the bottom. Obviously, the KidSuper King. We put the KidSuper in the thing, the different color. I mean, and then we have a black turf coming out. Oh, my fucking address.
What? The detail is.
And then the boy, obviously, the boy.
That is.
I mean, this was a dream. Like, if we were going to say what's the best, like, people always ask me what's the best product. And it's like, it's funny. It has to be these, because I could have made shoes on my own. I could have but Puma King, that was one of those things like I was shooting for. And when they said yes, I was like, oh, they're believing us. Like, we were just like, we couldn't believe the things that they were saying yes to. So
you have to just keep breaking the boundaries, man. I mean, that seems to be like one of the kind of lessons here for anybody watching or hearing or reading this, is like, what's the tip then? Do you have to just keep going forward, keep pushing the boundaries?
Yeah, and I think also it's like people are people too, and if you can get them excited, you can get a lot of things done. I think a lot of people go into these meetings kind of like jaded, so then they're getting jaded responses. We were just like, what's possible? How can we do this? Da, da, da. Like even Alberto, who's on this, I'm like, we've been trying to get Usain Bolt, and I text him every day. Like, I will literally do anything. I was like, what does he need? I'll paint him a portrait. I'll da, 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 like whatever we can get to do Usain Bolt. And like, I think you have to be excited about that. And Alberto now he feels how passionate I am about it. And I feel like it's also like, outside of everything, there's always like, be passionate, be blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You have to be doing good shit. Like a lot of people also aren't doing great stuff. We happen to have the same work ethic and also, I think, produce quality things.
You're living in New York, soccer, football, let's not have that debate. But how did you get into football? What was that? When did you first start connecting with the game? I know you've played as well. I've heard pro NYU. I don't know exactly the story. I saw on your Instagram you played in Brazil. If you could tell us a bit of that backstory. KidSuper.
Well, I also am shocked how not good at soccer you are.
When did you see?
Yeah, when did you see me play football?
All your little, like when you do the skills tests on YouTube.
You know what it is? I'm more of a goalkeeper.
But I was like, okay, he's from Europe. He's the person that's talking about this soccer. He's going to be something.
Most managers are terrible at football.
You know what it is?
No, that's not true. Most managers are ex-pros.
I don't know.
Most managers are terrible.
This is where I'm like you, bro, is that I'm also Neo in this game. So, you know, I had to find my way to hack things. I love the game. But look, I've played at Wembley. I've played at Anfield.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
But I love, you know what I'm saying? I just, as you said, how does it happen? I don't know, bro, but it's happened, you know?
No, it's amazing. It's amazing. Because I was watching, I was like, I wonder how good they are. And then,
when you come to London, but Poet, I'd say good defender. Me in goal, decent. Outfield, I'm more of like a Muller with the legs of, you know, I've got jelly legs. Crouch, Muller combined.
Yeah,
you know.
I got you.
But look, tell me more about yourself though. Football and KidSuper. How did you get into football? And yeah.
So my dad is from Ireland and my mom is from Spain, and they both moved to America in their 20s like most people move to America, and they met in New York City. And New York City, that's the thing, like people think America is like what you see on TV, and like England is the size of one of our states, right? We have 50 of them across, you know, so there's so many more people that play soccer here than people think. It's just, we don't have the academy mentality. So it's like when you're 12 or 11 in Brazil or Europe or wherever, you start going to these youth academies. We don't have that here, but it's changing slowly. So I grew up playing soccer, and it was always like the only sport I played. And I always played it with different other people who had immigrated to America. So New York City is like the #1 city of immigrants. So like my soccer team, everyone was from a different place around the world. If they were Africans or Brazilians or Hispanic or anything. So yeah, soccer was always a huge thing. And then when I was 17, so I had a Brazilian coach in New York, and he would always take us to Brazil for summer trips from like 14 to 16. And so when I was 17, he was like, do you want to go for a year to Brazil to try to play professionally? And I was like, yes, let's do this. So I spent a year down in Brazil, like trying out for like first division Brazilian club. And then I had already gotten into NYU to play, or just for academics. So then the year happened, and it was like, what do I want to do? And this is where your like existential crisis goes. Like, am I about to try to be a soccer player in Brazil when they're looking at me like, we want to be in New York going to NYU. Why are you here? And you're like, well, yeah, oh fuck. And then you're like, but all I want to do is play soccer, and then whatever. And then you start playing bad because your head's all in different places. I mean, that was like a obviously great experience, but like on a soccer aspect, super hard, because when you're American going to somewhere else, they instantly think you suck, right? So like you have to be like 100 times better for them to accept you. And I didn't speak Portuguese, so I wasn't understanding. And in Brazil, it's like the one country where it's like no one speaks English, especially soccer players, because they've grown up in soccer academies. So it was pressure and work. And then so I was like, okay, let me try college, see if I like college, da, 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 da. And so and then I played obviously soccer in college and stuff like that.
And then but you ended up obviously choosing the route of fashion and creativity, design.
Yeah, I mean so I was in high school making clothing, right? So when I went to a year in Brazil, I was designing clothes in my off time, because a professional soccer is like 90% off time. Like people think it's difficult, but it's actually like you play in the morning, you play in the afternoon, and then you're just free. That's why like Zlatan's an amazing karate or like whatever, because it's like, well, you got to pick up something.
Loads of time to do loads of different things. So yeah.
And that's why if you play a professional soccer player, they're incredible at ping pong, because most of the facilities have ping pong tables. So you play a lot of fucking ping pong. But yeah, I was designing clothes. So actually, when I landed back in America, I had like all these clothes designed, and I was like, I had built a website or tried to build a website in Brazil and stuff like this. So I was just deciding what I wanted to do in life and etc. But I always wanted soccer and everything. So it's like, I love soccer. I just played this morning.
Your boot is, if I might be wrong, Hector Bellerin, obviously. I believe I saw wearing. Yeah. I feel like he fits the KidSuper brand as well, because sometimes we've been out with him once in LA. We won't talk about what happened, but we had a really good time. He's a really great dude. Do you feel like does he represent the brand well? Are you happy with him wearing it?
I mean, any soccer player wearing it, period, is incredible, right? Yeah. But someone like Hector Bellerin, who's one of the top players, also, he's like the fashion god of soccer, so that's always cool. But no, just like when I was with them, I was like, it's crazy because I'm such a soccer fan, and all I wanted to do really was play in the EPL. And then you talk to him and he's like, obviously awesome, but there were so many times where I just wanted to ask him about other players, where I was what's it like playing with, like, how good is Ozil's touch?
That is cushion. First hand knowledge, I've seen it.
IKEA.
That is cushion. Not even like IKEA cushion. I'm talking like high end fashion, at least a 20 grand cushion.
Yeah. But what's cool about Hector is he's also thinking big outside of soccer. So he's as interested in fashion and stuff as I am as in soccer. So it was cool to talk. And we're in a world now where it's like, through Instagram, we can become friends. You know what I mean? It's like, because also the way soccer players present themselves in the media is so like scripted. It's like, great game, the match was great, good opponent, thank you very much, walk out. So you're like, I have no idea what these people's personality really is. So it's cool to meet like Hector and someone who I'd watched for a very long time in person. And then you're like, holy shit, he's a real person.
Bare cool. Hector's bare cool. He's bare normal. Just like you can hang around an hour with Hector Bellerin and actually forget he's a footballer. The Donny is bare normal.
He's so cool, man.
He's such a cool guy, man. Always got my love for Hector.
Yeah.
No, when we first started, he was like, send me a package, and I was like, say what's the address, and he sent Emirates Stadium, and me and my friends just sat there for a while. We're like, holy shit. Emirates Stadium, like that's just such a baller address to send to.
Yeah, it's a real one. What's the goal for KidSuper? What's the next few moments you want to achieve in the journey?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about this Puma cartoon, to be honest, because that was always something I wanted to do, and to get the opportunity to do it is really cool, and it looks amazing, and just doing the voices and stuff, like, I don't know. Are you familiar with Flatbush Zombies?
Yeah, they're lit. Flatbush Zombies are cold.
So I got Meech. I got
No
Meech to
way.
voice. Yeah, I got Meech to voice one of the characters.
Yeah,
And I've known Flatbush Zombies forever, and I've always thought that Meech has a voice would be an amazing cartoon voice. So to get that is really cool. And then we got some other surprises for celebrity people coming in. So that was really fun, just making up this world. So I think the next step for that is like, because it is I think it's a good cartoon, right? It's drawn amazing. It has the celebrity voices. Like, why wouldn't Netflix pick it up or something? So like for me, that's where I think different projects are going to grow from just TV shows to, others, not only cartoons, but we've pitched a couple other TV shows. And then I really love the KidSuper building, which unfortunately you guys have never been. But the concept was we have this building in Brooklyn and there's a store, and then in the basement there's the recording studio. Then on the second floor is like our design studio, and then the third floor is like artists in residence. And so we've had so many people like come and live and sleep at the store. So what I would love to do is create like 5 of those in each major city, and just have those, like one in London, one in LA, and have it be like a hub for people to come and collaborate and create.